Thank you for tuning in to Miss Tracy and Clarity today. Have you ever had someone offend you in church? How did you deal with it? I had a couple of hiccups in church. I will share how God and I resolved them in today's episode. Throughout my podcast, I might sound a bit redundant, yet my truth is my truth. When I watch Judge Mathis, he always squeezes in how he survived inner city life and became a successful lawyer. I guess people were complaining about him sharing his testimony so much, and he let it be known he was going to always speak on his testimony when given the chance. His truth is his truth, yet people will be people. They'll complain about anything. I might have people joining my podcast for the first time during season 5, so I might have to review some things from time to time. But let's get to the topic at hand. I got baptized June 3rd, 2000. You take your stand before the baptism. That's letting the church know you desire to be baptized in the first place. When I took my stand, a few others joined me. Everyone was excited, and the pastor prayed for us and sent us to a different location to be officially welcomed as new members. I remember as I was standing in line, this young deacon shook everyone's hand in line but mine. I had no past with him or ever laid eyes on him before. Why did he do that? The only answer I could come up with was that my mom was frowned upon a bit because some church members saw her as a combative member. My mom asked questions, and if necessary, she might have helped clarify some things, and that rubbed certain people wrong. I didn't let the young man steal my joy that day, yet I put a pin on it mentally. God saw it. I got baptized and became a member anyway. You got to start somewhere. That was the first offense I remember. Seventh-day Adventists don't wear makeup or jewelry. As of this time, I classify myself as spiritual or a believer. I am not tied to a denomination, yet I will keep the Sabbath till the day I die. While I attended this one Seventh-day Adventist church, this church member comes and take my hand and scrubs the nail polish off my hand, off my fingernails. I was 12 to 13 years old, I guess. My mom wasn't around. I knew of the lady. I let her because I knew we weren't supposed to wear makeup or jewelry, yet it wasn't her place to do that. I had a mom. She just wasn't around when this was happening. But when she found out about it, you already know. The cherry on top for me was when I came back to the Lord officially in 2000. I had left the church at 17 in the first place because the restrictions were nerve-wracking, and I just wanted to be free to do me how I wanted to do me. I actually fixed my mouth and told God, just let me be. Those 6 years were eye-opening. To keep it short and sweet, He orchestrated my life just right that I ran right back to God. God funny, ain't He? I come back, and I'm ready to get that act right at 23. I attended church school, and we got on the topic of leaving the church. There were people that shared their testimony in the classroom. In my attempt to fit in, I opened up and shared my experience of leaving. The lady instructing the class came for me like I had married the devil himself. She kept saying, how could you leave the church? How could you leave God? She made me feel so evil for having my prodigal daughter season. I felt bad. This other male church member came to my rescue and shared his experience of being a prodigal son. Then she let up and decided to show some understanding. I didn't express my feelings about the class to anyone. I just reflected within. I don't even think I told my mom. God showed me Himself, that if you'll keep your mouth off of folks, He will most definitely get them. I went on with my newfound church life routine, and I guess about a year in, that lady instructor tried to commit suicide because she had a miscarriage. I did not rejoice in her pain, of course, but that was God's way of letting me know He knows how to humble folk. We don't know what's in us. We don't know what circumstances will break us, but God does. So watch your words and judgments. That experience made her leave the church because she said, I just couldn't see myself leaving the church. I couldn't see myself leaving God. The pain of a miscarriage isn't something I want to experience. I sincerely prayed for her as the church requested and kept it moving. I didn't consider her an enemy. Yet the Bible says when the enemy gets humble, don't gloat or rejoice, or God will come for you. I'm so over these experiences. I ain't lose any sleep over them then, and I don't lose any sleep over them now. Yet, I haven't been to a church building since 2002. I made that decision for another reason. Sometimes, God calls you out of the sanctuary to teach you himself. That's another episode. If anyone in church has offended you or hurt your feelings in any way, give it to the Lord one last final time and let that be that. I've had the half hugs and one finger handshakes. God see it all. People will be people. They can only see what they see. Everyone isn't looking at you with the eyes of the Lord. Accept this and move on and be who God called you to be anyway. Hopefully, they'll catch up one day. If you have any comments about today's episode, you can contact me at uniquelyt77@gmail.com. That's UNIQUELYTEE77@gmail.com. Godspeed.